When it comes to the relationship of Sasuke and Sakura, there are many people who have asked how in the world did these two fall in love, which I've already covered in another video, but there are also plenty of fans who make very passionate arguments that the Naruto manga has sprinkled signs that the two of them shared a deeper connection that wasn't accurately portrayed in the Naruto anime, especially when you consider how they blew up a lot of other aspects of the characters of Sasuke and Sakura. However, as I was going back and I was looking up information about Sasuke for a future video that I'm working on, I really got the urge to talk about the memory of Sasuke that Sakura holds closest to her heart and explain to you guys why it's arguably the most important memory of Sasuke that she has. So while I don't get into the pairing wars, though, you know, somebody wants to call me out for the fact that I've done various fan pairings using my Naruto what ifs. Just as a news flash, when people ask me to make the what if I find it fascinating, I make the actual video. So I just wanted to kind of talk about this because it adds a very important layer to the Sasuke and Sakura dynamic, and it really makes you appreciate the complexity of their relationship as we see it unfold in the Sasuke Redstone novel. So in this newest installment of After Naruto Shippuden, we're gonna take a look at Sakura's most treasured and most important memory of Sasuke. So for those of you guys who are new, After Naruto Shippuden is a series on the channel where we take a look at the story of Naruto after the events of Naruto chapter 699 and before Naruto chapter 700 of the manga. Now, the information is given to us in the Naruto epilogue novel, Sakura's story, Love Riding the Spring Breeze, which is set after the events of Naruto the Last. Now, in this scene, we see Sakura deep in her thoughts as she starts out recalling her own private thoughts about the night that Sasuke left Konoha to join Orochimaru. But after revealing how much that moment actually affected her, we shift to Sakura's thoughts upon seeing Naruto and Sasuke bleeding out from the battle. So what I'll do for you guys now is I'll actually read the scene in question, then I'll come back to you guys with my thoughts, and it's here I'm going to begin quoting. There was a terrible fight. No, that word, it doesn't begin to do it justice. There was a fight that nearly destroyed the world. And then that's when Sasuke came back to us. Once the battle was over, he left on a journey. I told him I wanted to go with him, and he said, "You have nothing to do with my sins." But then he continued, "I'll see you soon. Thank you." And then he poked my forehead. "I'll see you soon. Thank you." I repeated those words over and over again in my heart, along with the remembered sensation of his poke. We started with "You're so annoying," and we made it all the way to "I'll see you soon." My heart feels a little warmer somehow when I think about it like that. Sasuke-kun, where are you now? Sasuke. Well, me, right now, I'm in quote. So what I love about this passage is that we see how deeply affected Sakura was by Sasuke first telling her that his sins were now his own for him to atone, but also how she kept replaying the moment over and over again in her head. She previously revealed that she knew that Sasuke was joining Orochimaru. When that happened, a small part of her still believed that Sasuke could be saved because of how he told her back then "thank you" before he knocked her unconscious, and he gently placed her body on the bench before leaving Konoha. Sakura watching Sasuke leave the village to atone for his sins is really important because it rewards that side of her that showed faith in him, and it's also very symbolic. The last time she saw him when he was ready to leave the village, he knocked her unconscious and he made it easier to sever those bonds by doing so. This time, Sasuke poked her forehead and he promised to return to her. That one touch conveyed feelings to Sakura that she looked back at for strength. However, the reason why this is such a really important moment for Sakura and a really important memory for Sakura is the fact that she trails off when she's wondering where she is in her life and where her life is headed. Sakura, by this point in the timeline, was the only person not named Shikamaru to be given the rank of jounin, which it should be noted that Naruto was never officially given that rank. In the anime, you had a scene where there was a conditional appointment for Naruto to become jounin, but Naruto did not fill those conditions, and we know by the events of Naruto the Last, according to Masashi Kishimoto's data book for Naruto the Last, that Naruto was still listed as a genin. So you have to look at it from this perspective. So Sakura was also at the age of 19 the lead medic in Konoha. She was running the village hospital, and she was in the process of setting up medical clinics in each of the 5 great nations when the scene occurs. Even Tsunade applauded her for her accomplishments, and Sakura still felt incomplete and like she hadn't done enough during the time that Sasuke had left to begin his redemption journey. It's really bittersweet when you look at it. So being objective and taking all that hate aside, I know a lot of people get super upset whenever you mention Sakura. She's a very polarizing character. So being objective, she's accomplished so much, and yet when she looks back at that moment when Sasuke left her, Sakura can clearly see what Sasuke's end goal is, the atonement for his sins, and yet Sakura is still working towards that same end goal herself, which makes her journey throughout the Sakura Hida novel feel really earned once she's accomplished that goal. Well guys, that's gonna be it for this newest installment of After Naruto Shippuden. I'll be back to you guys with another installment soon, but as always guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day guys.